Hi Lana, hello and welcome once again to Lana's Coach. So we're going to look at the top 10 most marketable courses here in Kenya, right? So when we talk about marketable courses, we look at it from the angle that things are changing very, very fast. We have introduction of technology that cuts across all the careers, and we need to actually relook at the courses that we pursue actually in these particular universities. So I've listed 10 of the most profitable and marketable courses that you should put into consideration when you're actually registering or pursuing some given courses. So let's look at number one. That is architecture, right? So an architecture course is developed around the art of science and science of designing and engineering physical structures, of course, such as buildings, bridges, and so on, right? So, the real sense, why is it marketable, especially in Kenya, right? We are a developing country, so that means everything is developing. So, we are a fast developing country, meaning that always structures will be coming up, a bit bridges, as I've mentioned, buildings, and so on and so forth. So, we need a lot of manpower or workforce to actually venture into this particular career. So I think this could be the best placed marketable course that maybe you need to pursue. Of course, going forward, we have the second, that is software engineering. Now, you'll agree with me that people are moving, yeah, from traditional ways of doing things. People are creating apps, people are developing websites, and so on. So, software engineering actually is a field that pertains to the development and maintenance of software systems. This course actually focuses on basic IT. It cuts across machine learning, big data analytics, computer science, programming, and name them. So then, why is it marketable? So it's marketable because if you have this particular degree, you can work in wide a range of sectors. Yeah. Better still, you can employ yourself. Each and every organization requires a software engineer who is going to model up their business process to provide a different perspective of how this particular organization is going to be accessed virtually and so on, right? So that is a good or a marketable course that you need to check. Actuarial science is the third one, and we know that most organizations run the risk of doing business in the wrong way and so on. So they need a specialist, right? So actuarial science deals with forecasting, evaluation, control of risk, largely that involves finance, mathematics, and data. So in this particular field, you'll be responsible for helping companies try to elevate or increase their profits by minimizing or regulating the risk that are unforeseen and that are thereabout, right? So why is it marketable? Companies actually are there to make profits, right? So if you can always ensure that they are there to maintain and make more profits, then you will always be required to participate in this particular course or career. So this means that they must have people to assess, that is the company, and control the risk profiles to maximize the revenue and profit. So since of course every company is just there to make profits, then this particular course will be in high demand. So you can check it out. The fourth one is quantity surveying, right? So if you want to be a quantity surveyor, this is the right course for you. So you can see, uh, we need to build, right? We looked at the first option, right? Architecture. So quantity surveyor, a degree will equip you as a learner with theoretical and practical skills to enable you think conceptually and analytically to come up with solutions involving problem solving in engineering or civil engineering. So then, why is it marketable? Yeah, so just like we have said, architects, quality surveyors will be in high demand, especially in Kenya, due to the rapid growing of the construction, and of course, people want to build, and so on and so forth. So, quality surveyor or quality surveying is going to be a very lucrative career. Number five, we have statistics. Now, we are living in a world where a lot of data doesn't make sense. So, for us to get people who can actually convert this data into something meaningful, right, make something that you can use for decision making, then statistics is the right career. So these courses are actually taught in most universities in Kenya, right? So ideally, if you have passion or you're good in numbers, that is mathematics, and you have some kind of analytical mind, yeah, you can analyze situations, things, and so on. This is the best course for you. So then, why is it marketable? Of course, statistics course is extremely marketable due to its extremely massive scope, right? You are likely to get jobs across all the sectors, more so within these particular NGOs, right? So that you can always try to ensure that at least when they are implementing their plan, when they are associating with donors, they need to know how much donation has been used for these particular projects. So all these will be required. So statistics is a very good or marketable course. The sixth one is digital marketing. Now, it goes without saying that every business, every organization, or even you as an individual, nowadays you find yourself using social media platforms to do some kind of businesses or online. You do shopping online, you do some kind of marketing online, you purchase. So when you have the right skills, then uh, this particular course will enable you ideally help organizations to do the right marketing. We are transforming from the traditional ways of marketing, such as radio, televisions, right? So we're using the social media platforms. So yes, that's why it's marketable. So as companies transition from conventional or traditional selling of or marketing through digital platform, they require more people to create their marketing content. Of course, content should be in videos, very nice graphics, and appealing infographics for that matter, for them to be able to reach their audience or customers, right? So digital marketing is a very nice course. Number 7, you have business information technology. So here is actually where I am, because this is one of the courses that I undertook during my undergraduate. So it's a very nice course. It gives you two angles of how you can look at things. Like for example, if you have technology, you can have that particular idea of how to transform this technology and provide solution for existing businesses, right? So that's why it's very, very lucrative or rather marketable. So in no modern business can escape the current wave of tech. It's a shape up or shape out a scenario. So if you want to have a transformative way of doing things or business, then this particular course is going to be important for you. So I'll recommend it as one of the marketable courses, especially in Kenya. Law, right? We refer to our learned friends. Now, cases will always be there. People will always be committing a lot of crime and everything. They need to be represented. So this is just something that has to be there. So it will always be there across the world. So it doesn't even matter which country you are in. You need to have some lawyers to represent you, right? So there'll always be a company, state, company, individual, and individual disputes that will always require some legal intervention. So that means a law course will always be marketable. The ninth course is project management. Now, you'll agree with me that everything that you've talked about requires some kind of management. Everything you do, you have to have some kind of project management skills. So, assuming you are working on maybe bigger projects, then you'll require this particular course. So most companies will require someone who has the right planning skills, who can be able to organize things, who can be able to execute projects in a timely and effective manner. So it's marketable with respect that in a country such as Kenya, you'll always have ongoing projects. be it at individual level, private, or public sectors. So project management is a very nice course that I'll always recommend. Therefore, lastly, in our list of 10, we have nursing, right? So nursing here is also a very lucrative career. As you know, most people will always go abroad and start getting jobs based on this particular course. So it's one of the most marketable, but although very challenging, but you'll always find doctors requiring nurses here and there, right, and so on. So the country's healthcare, especially Kenya, needs keep on rising, and the population keeps on growing. Now that we have devolved government system, so you realize that even counties will have or require demand of this particular career. So ideally, the demand for nurses will always be there in both private and public sectors. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are there and you want to pursue some career or rather courses in those particular universities, I think I've given you the right marketable courses that you can pursue. However, this list is not conclusive, right? There are others that you can always check. But from my side or my end, these are the 10 most marketable courses that you can find here in Kenya. So should you find this particular information informative, always feel free to subscribe. All right, thanks.